Hey everybody, Strainers103 here, today with another quick replay cast. I'm playing a Yuugumo this time with pointy hair Jedi. I'm gonna be away for the weekend, so as much as I would have loved to stream for you guys over the weekend, both today, tomorrow, and on Sunday, unfortunately that's not actually a possibility, well, because I'm away, no computer, and also, actually right now I really should be packing my stuff. I know what I need to bring and whatnot. It's just a weekend trip. Anyways, getting back to the point. This is my Yuugumo. It's well, first of all, I'm actually in a gunboat spec. I have BFT, so as you can see, only 3 of my consumables. I have AFT, as you can see, 14.5 kilometer range. I have gun reload upgrade as the tier 9 slot. I think I've gun accuracy on my number 2 slot, so, oh, and I'm also running F3, so it's basically a bunch of awkward, weird contradictions, I guess you can say. I mean, reload and gun spec Yuugumo with 15 kilometer, well, 14.5 kilometer firing range, and then 8 kilometer torpedoes? Okay. But yeah, this was off my stream when I tried to rush myself more tier 10. I did manage to get the shimmy and the Grosjevar off that live stream, so that was definitely quite nice. But yeah, having a look at the matchmaking, it's a tier 10 game. I've got a Yamato, they've got a Kurfürst, Friedrich der Grosse plus me, double Hindenburg on our team's Hindenburg Senjo, and a couple of tier 9 cruisers and a few tier 8s straddled around. Now, this being a game of 2 brothers without aircraft carriers, you don't really get to spot stuff at the start of the game, so you're kind of going in blind. But we have a destroyer advantage, as it's 3 versus 2. We get a Shimmer, me, and a Z-23. They, however, have a Z-52, a very powerful tier 10 destroyer who can easily 1 versus 1 down, you know, the Shimmer, and even the Z-23, because the Z-23 has honestly quite bad firepower. Now, starting this game off, my torpedoes are loaded, and I am being RPF, so we know something is, well, we know something is up around here. One thing I do have, at least, is a concealment advantage, and against their destroyers, you know, even the Benson, I have, you know, basically DPM parity. The only downside, of course, being that I only have 18,000 health, compared to the Z-23 if he has Survivability Expert, which I have, then, well, I'm going to be disadvantaged. Anyway, starting this game off, their Senjos being kind of pushed back already. I have a fishy feeling about the position of their destroyers, so I'm just launching a series of widespread torpedoes, mostly just to panic them out. Currently, I'm in a really, really bad position because I am kind of semi-broadside on, and I don't like it at all. Benson does get spotted, and contemplating whether I should shoot him or not. I decide for this moment there's sufficient firepower behind, so I'm not going to engage, because chances are he's just going to smoke up when he sees everyone shooting at him, and I'm just going to miss. So I think that was definitely the right choice to make. Unfortunately, my torpedoes, while I knew his general direction, I didn't actually manage to get him towards where he really was. Now, Z-23 decides he's going to smoke up instead of trying to pressure the smoke with his Hydro. We know that Benson has left the capture point at the moment, and the Z-23 has torpedoes passing him right now. No Hydro online by the Z-23, interesting decision. But it doesn't seem like he's going to take any, so I decide I'm going to smoke up at this point because the torpedoes are passing, and I'm going to go ham with my guns. Now, Japanese destroyer guns are actually pretty damn good. Once you figure out how to shoot with them, they're kind of unique in the sense of how you need to aim, and at this point I definitely don't, so, but yeah, I'm just going to go ham, I'm just going to open up. One thing they do have is alright fire chance, and with 1.5 second reload, that's not bad at all. Now, I'm not really going to say, racking up the damage, because I am definitely not. I'm shooting at a battleship at this kind of range, so you know, I'm not expecting to get much out of it. But, I mean, I've got not much better to do with my life, so I might as well go ham and shoot at them. I mean, our team is pressuring up, so, you know, there's no real reason not to. Just need to be careful of more Benson torpedoes. And he's the only one in currently a position to actually torpedo. So, you know, it's perfectly fine for me to sit here, because these torpedoes shouldn't be reaching me yet, because we know he launched them against the Z-23. Also, with Bismarck and Rune pushing up, chances of him actually trying to torpedo my smoke aren't that great. Plus, I'm not that bad off on a position, because I know where he was last spotted, and I know how fast he would have been able to get back into the smoke screen to actually be able to re-torpedo if you want. So yeah, like I thought, he ended up just having reversed back into his smoke screen to enter the capture point again. So when that smoke screen expired and the friendly destroyers pressured up on him, yeah, he's not about to have a good day, I think. So yeah, I mean, you basically see why I like having gun reload upgrade, if it wasn't for the fact that I have no clue how to aim them, because you do hit pretty hard against destroyers every 4.5 seconds, and they, you know, Bensons are a bit unique in the sense that their sectioning seems to be really, really derpy, and once you start depleting the sections, they seem to deplete incredibly fast, which is a bit of a nuisance, actually. But anyways, my smoke expires as well, but the Benson goes down, and he's not gonna have been able to torpedo anything, so I'm just gonna basically pick my ship up, turn it around, and get myself somewhere less useless. Already up to 24k damage, which is honestly not that bad, considering all the situation, the situation all in all considered in hand. How does the saying even go? Anyways, because there's a little bit of downtime, I'm going to speed the replay up a little bit. This is going to break it a little bit, but meh, bugger all. Because right now, I mean, chasing stuff, really, really fun and engaging. Let's put it back into normal speed. Senjo's around there, and I'm chasing the battleships down. I could have been much more aggressive much earlier, but then and again, I didn't really want to bleed health to the Benson, considering there's a chance I could need it later on. Senjo's having a go spamming away at the Jedi, so, well, I'm just going to head up a little bit. Trying to get myself behind the island so I can shoot at the Senjo as well. Hopefully while slowing down so that the battleships in front of me aren't within the 14.5 kilometer range to spot me, but seems that the Friedrich might just be, but yep, seems like it was just Friedrich that was barely within range, so not a major problem. Hopefully we can actually kill this Senjo off soon so we can continue advancing. The enemy runes decided he wants to go down the middle of the map, kind of an interesting decision. And now I'm spotted surface again. I don't actually know who it is spotting me, but I don't care because I'm going to pick up the Senjo. Oh, never mind. It was the Grosser Kurfürst, but it doesn't matter because I've killed him and I'm just going to start pressuring up on their battleships. Hopefully I will be able to plug some torpedoes in them, but you never know. But while I'm closing the distance and this Armagi is in range, I might as well open fire on him because I'm still somewhat far away. Then, even if he does deal some damage to me, it's not a major problem. I can always just disengage, stop shooting, and come back. The enemy's Z-52 is firmly stuck on the other side for the moment, so it doesn't really matter. Armagi being Armagi, my terrible aim being my terrible aim. I'm not actually hitting him on the superstructure area where I can actually deal damage to him, which is bad aim by me, but yeah, at least I'm killing his anti-aircraft gun. I think I'm killing his DP at least. A couple of these are dealing damage, and someone is aiming at me, but I don't really care too much. Jedi actually managed to blab the rune that went behind us, which is certainly quite nice. But yeah, finally get a fire on the Armagi, and that's kind of the nice thing about these guns, is that they have an okay fire chance. I haven't really been demonstrating that this game, but hey, bugger all, right? If the Armagi is intent on letting it burn, I'll take that. It's free damage, so no reason not to. I am now approaching the Friedrich der Grosse, and well, he's kind of turning back towards me. So I'm gonna start turning, and it's actually secondaries going ham on me. So well, since I am close enough now to be able to soon torpedo the Friedrich der Grosse, and I don't really want to bleed health to secondaries and potentially even main bat spam, I decided I'm going to launch at him in case he's going to keep his current trajectory. I doubt it, but these torpedoes don't take that long to reload, so, it's not too bad. Plus, in the meantime, considering the Armagi went down to the roof, I might as well just go ham and spam away the Friedrich der Grosse. Now, obviously, if I had pushed up on the Friedrich der Grosse without shooting and gotten closer to him, chances are I would have actually been able to, properly get torpedoes in him, but now he's just going to turn away because he knows I'm here. So, FML, I guess. And of course, since he's closing the distance on me, well, he was kind of closing the distance on me, I can't, necessarily properly shoot him anymore. Anyways, I decide I'm going to leave the smoke, and he decides he's going to head back to the border, because this is clearly how skilled battleship gameplay looks like. My engine boost comes back up, so and he fires his guns there, so I'm going to open back up on him, and try to build some more distance on him and make it harder for him to actually shoot at me, keep his secondaries away and whatnot. This guy does have manual secondaries. You see that on the fact that they never actually engaged me the moment I got spotted until now, and because he probably had them flicked onto pointy head Jedi. Not a major problem. I'm just going to build the distance so that I can get away from him. He decides to shoot his main bat on me, so I'm just going to trigger my engine boost and turn into them, because this guy did slightly underlead. He does manage to clip me with, I believe, one of the shells, which is not major of a problem. If he just wants to sit there and faff around doing absolutely nothing, I'm just going to sail away from him and continue spamming away at him. And as you can see, my guns are actually doing quite some okay damage. Of course, if I had a Kabarosk or something here, I could potentially just engage him with AP and do even more damage, but I'm setting fires on him, and you know, as long as I stay broadside with the really high velocity and the bad arming time ammunition that he's firing at me, chances are he's never going to actually be able to get proper penetration damage against me. Anyways, up to 61k damage, having fired my, fired HE at everything and that I seem to feel like shooting at. This Kerfer seems to be coming towards me, so I'm just going to disengage from visibility, go back into camo, and, again, just pressure up against him and try to torp him. This is kind of what I liked about the Yuugumo spec. I even decided I'm going to keep my captain in the Yuugumo. Fortunately, his secondary does actually manage to take down my engine, so I damage on that, and since I'm invisible, it's unlikely that he's going to be able to do anything more against me. It seems like if this guy is in fact interested in heading away from me, which he probably is, then my torpedoes might as well go poke themselves again. Or if he's got Hydro up, he'll just spot the torpedoes coming in despite them being F3s, you know. He's clearly aware of what's going on, because his secondaries did engage me, and he did launch a plane right now, so chances are he has Hydro up, and I'm going to end up missing. Figuring that he would launch a plane, I didn't necessarily want to get too close to him, and I do a bit of a bad torpedo launch with pretty much all of them dumped on top of each other, so unfortunately that ends up doing a load of nothing, so I'm just going to smoke up and I'm just going to spam away at him again. Seeing as he is pretty close to me, I do manage to get a instant fire on him, which is definitely quite nice, and with a very big superstructure of the Grosso Kerfers, you can see that having quite alright DPM can start picking me up some damage. Unfortunately, for some reason, I decided to swap to armor piercing. I'm not playing a Russian destroyer, and it's still a Grosso Kerfers, so my AP is not really going to be doing much. So that was definitely a big mistake for, well, big and big. It's a mistake from my gameplay right there. I should never have stopped the AP. I should have stuck on HE, and I'm going to realize that sometime soon, that, you know, you can see I'm doing absolutely no damage whatsoever. Like 800 damage and whatnot, like, ugh, yuck. Horrible. So I finally swap back to HE, I even get overpens there, so other than a pretty badly aimed salvo, which still does 1,000 damage, now that I finally get my aim back on point, you can see 3,000 damage, you know, much better here. 1.6k damage, and this is the good thing about the Yuugumo. You have this really, really good HE shell that you can go ham and just spam away at people. Anyways, this is basically it for the game. This guy's probably going to die, and I don't think Jedi's actually going to go down himself either, which means that he will be able to, keep himself alive, which means that we're not going to have the points bleed of him going down, so less time for me to farm, I guess, but it wouldn't really be much of an ability for me to farm, because I'm the last remaining ship on this flank, and no one's really spotting, so yeah, that's it for the game. 9,647 something damage, which is certainly not too bad. My game actually decides it's going to crash, because I guess HE spamming 2 OP. Because I'm lazy and I don't have much time, you'll just vanish. We'll just look at the post-battle results screens like this. 6k XP, it's with boosted XP. Only 7 fires with 270 hits. Pretty unfortunate, but a lot of the shells of fire were at areas already set on fire. Did manage to pick up 2 kills as well with 96k damage in a Yuugumo, spamming only my guns, because, torpedoes are for noobs. Obviously, I could have closed a distance upon my enemies and properly gotten torpedoes into them, but hey, bollocks to that, am I right? I like my silly specs, and this is certainly one of them. Let's see, team scores, as obviously, because it's a Yuugumo, and, damage against battleships doesn't give much XP for it. I don't really get far up on the team score, which I don't really care too much about. I did get through to the Shimmer, so I guess it's fine. Detailed report, as you can see, 35k Grosso Kerfers, 42k off the Friedrich Grosse, a little bit off the Armagi, a little bit off the Benson, and a tiny bit spec of Sendra health, means that, like I said, with my damage mostly being against battleships, obviously I'm not going to get great experience for that. Great at 10 XP wise, it's kind of what you'd expect, so, hey. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Unfortunately, no content over the weekend. I don't even have anything pre-recorded. I'm literally recording this right now when I should be packing myself and getting my ass moving. Procrastination, I know, right? But yeah, hopefully I'll be back to streaming next week with Omni no longer having literally a training every single evening, which is kind of making it difficult for me to properly set up a stream. I mean, a part of the problem is that I have this thing that I don't want to do a stream shorter than 5 hours, which means, well, I mean, I kind of should just get rid of that mentality. Anyways, take care, have a great weekend, enjoy the gameplay. Sorry, I think I have something in my throat, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.